I will be doing a quick tank review for the Russian Tier 8 premium heavy tank, the IS-6. This IS-6, there are two ways that you can actually buy it. Through in-game, use the needed gold to buy it, or if you actually want to fork over your hard-earned cash, you can go to the game shop and buy it that way. If you do plan to buy this gold, you will be spending 12,000 gold on this tank. The precise price, it is 11.8 thousand gold. This tank, it is on a discount price right now at 10,030 gold. These Tier 8 premium tanks do not come cheap in the first place. They can cost you a lot of in-game gold or actual money. With the 12,000 gold, you can actually get between 3 to 4 months of premium time. If you do plan to get this tank with this tank, it is a pretty good Tier 8 tank that get preferred matchmaking up to Tier 9 matchmaking. This tank, as it is a premium heavy tank, you can train any of your Soviet heavy tank crew members in this tank without suffering any penalties whatsoever. The IS-6, it is a good moneymaker if you know how to use it properly. Let's get to an exterior armor look of this tank. The armor on the tank is actually pretty good. The whole armor, it is made up of angled plates and also space armor where the side skirt is. Any shells that do go into the side skirt here just disappear. The turret, it is made up of flat plates. The tank have a lot of weak areas. The driver hatch here, a gun with 200mm average AP can actually go through the driver hatch here and kill the loader, also the driver as well. The loader and the driver can get knocked out pretty easily, so having first aid kit and a repair kit, it is recommended. The other weak areas of this tank, it is from the front, it is the driver hatch, the lower glazes plate, the IS-3, it have a common weak area with the IS-3. It is mostly a flat top here that if any tank are on high terrain, it can actually just aim their shell into the top of this tank hatch here and penetrate it with ease. The side armor, it is pretty weak. Any gun with more than 150mm of armor, average AP pen, can penetrate with ease. The rear, the lower glazes plate to the rear and the engine department between the two angle plates here can be penned with ease. Also, RD, if a well-placed RD shell can actually damage the engine and the top of the turret with ease. The turret armor, it is made up of all flat angles, made up of flat plates, so you're not going to get any angled bonus whatsoever. You may be lucky if you actually rotate the turret and keep the turret moving to the left to the right to actually get some lucky ricochets from time to time. The whole armor from the front, it is 60 degrees when it comes to armor angling. So from the front here, on paper it says 100 millimeters of armor. The front plate here, where the driver hatch is, if you add in the 60 degrees of angling and then the armor thickness as well, you have 200 millimeters of effective armor. If you put in the terrain bonus as well and use the terrain, you can actually get more armor effective thickness as well. So you just have to be careful with that. As the gun depression, it is not that good and not that great either. The side plates to the left and to the right, where the headlights are, you have between 100 to 200 millimeters of armor. The lower glacis plate is also a weak area as well. The side skirt here, any shell that go in here will just disappear and soak up the damage. The tracks of the IS-6 can actually soak up a lot of the damage as well. So be prepared to repair your tracks if you need be. The angle side armor, it is 100 millimeters, but it's with the angling added in. So with the angle armor added in, you have more than 100 millimeters of armor. Most guns will pen the side of the angled armor with these though, but you may be lucky if you angle the side armor properly. The turret side armor, if you angle it, if you turn it, you can actually get some lucky ricochets from time to time, but don't count on it. The rear, it is 60 millimeters to the rear, 100 for the turret, but most things will pen it with these. If you're shooting it from the rear, just aim for the engine department or the back of the turret. The two other good parts of the tank in the rear that you can actually get some lucky ricochets if you do use the armor effectively, it is the left and the right ankle plate. The ankle plate to the left of the engine department and to the right of the department here, you can actually get them ricochets from time to time. The turret, if you actually turn the rear of the turret to a certain degree, you can actually get some lucky ricochets from time to time, but it's just easier to shoot the engine department here. The gun depression, it is not that great and not that good. The gun depression, it is -6 downwards and 20 degrees up in the air. This gun depression, -6 degrees downward and 20 up in the air. A lot of Soviet heavy tanks have this for all of the Soviet tanks as well. So you will have to get used to the 6 degrees of gun depression downward and 20 up in the air for every single Soviet heavy tank in the game. With the exterior view taken care of, let's get to the stats of the tank. This tank stats, you will have 1,550 hit points. This is quite a lot for a heavy tank. The average hit points for a tier 8 heavy tank with the upgraded turret, it is 1,500 hit points. The IS-6 just have 50 more hit points. This tank have the second most hit points at tier 8 for heavies. The only other points at tier 8 would go towards the heavy tank, the German low. This low here, it have 1,650 hit points. It's just only 100 more. The maximum load limit, it is 59.9 tons. The current setup I have, it is 52.2 tons. The engine will give you 700 horsepower. This is more than enough for the tank. This 700 horsepower engine will actually allow you to get to the top speed of 35 kilometers pretty easily if you have a good crew and you're on flat terrain as well. The horsepower to ton ratio, it is nothing fantastic. It could be worse. It could be better. My horsepower to ton ratio, it is 13.4 horsepower to 1 ton. The hull and the turret traverse, it is pretty bad. They could be better. It could be worse. The turret and the hull traverse, if you're trying to turn the hull or the turret around, it's going to take some time, unless if you have perks or modules to help with that. The hull traverse, it is 26, while the turret traverse, it is 24. It could be better, it could be worse for both of them. The armor, it is pretty good, as I mentioned. It is effectively 200 millimeters of armor in the front, not including terrain use. The front of the turret armor, it is 150, but the gun matchlet here is pretty thick as well. It's more than 150 millimeters of armor. Side of the hull armor, it is 100 millimeters of armor, but it's made up of space armor around the track area, and also the side of the hull armor, it is effectively 150 millimeters of armor pretty much, but most guns can pin it with these. The turret, it is 150. The rear of the turret, it is 100. The rear of the hull armor, it is 60, while the turret, it is 100. I got those two mixed up. The only effective armor in the rear, it is the 2 ankle plates for the hull in the back by the engine department, and the turret back if you use it properly, and if you're lucky as well. The gun, it is nothing fantastic at all. The gun, it is just a slight modified version of the IS Top Gun. Let me open up the IS here. Now I just need to open up the IS-6. If you compare the D30 to the D25T gun, they have pretty much the exact same paper stats. The only thing that makes the difference between the two is the D30 gun have a slightly better rate of fire than the D25T gun. The D30 gun, it is good at tier 7 and at tier 8 still, but when you're facing well-armored tier 8s and tier 9s, you're going to be having problems with them. So it is very important that you make all of your rounds count and know where to aim. The default loading time, it is 12 seconds, but with my current equipment and crew setup, I have it down to below 10 seconds, so I have 6 rounds per minute, 6 rounds per minute compared to 5 with the default setup. The radio and the radio range and the view range is pretty bad, but this is a frontline brawler. The view range, it is 350, which is nothing fantastic. It could be worse, it could be better. The radio, it is just crap. Before I actually talk about the radio, I forgot to mention the engine. It have a 15% of being set on fire. The radio on the tank, a lot of Soviet tanks suffer from this common problem. The Soviet tanks do not get good radios until the tier 7 tank in the lineup get to be fully upgraded. So you have to deal with bad radios up to tier 7. From tier 8 up to tier 10, the radios get to be pretty good for the Soviets. Let's get to the pros and the cons for the tank now. The IS-6, as this is a tier 8 tank, it gets preferred matchmaking. I usually find the IS-6 to be a pretty good platoon tank to use if you have the correct setup in the within the platoon. I usually find the IS-6 works pretty well with other IS-6s as the IS-3 works pretty well with other IS-3s if they are working together effectively. Also, the IS-6 can be a pretty good tank to use within a platoon if you want to have a platoon that sees up to tier 9 matchmaking maximum as well. This tank is pretty good if you want to have a platoon of tier 8 premiums that get preferred matchmaking up to tier 9 as well. The way how you would actually play the IS-6, you would play this as a frontline brawler to get up close and personal and to shoot your big boomstick and try to face hug them as much as possible, because if you're up close and personal, you can hide most of your weak area with ease. The tank can also be as a support tank as well when it is needed in the front lines. Some of the pros for this vehicle: it's a good crew trainer, good money maker. It's overall a good tier 8 premium tank. It's a good platoon tank. It have good armor though. It can make a lot of money if you know how to use the tank properly, assuming you get all of your rounds to hit and penetrate and make all of them count. The cons for this tank: the gun is so-so, but up to tier 9 you can pen tanks with your ammo still if you know where to aim and use the correct ammo. The view range and the radio range is pretty bad. It could be worse. It could be better though. The ammo, if you do not make all of your rounds count, the tank ammo can get pretty pricey. If anyone have played any of the Russian tanks or any tank that used a 122mm gun, they will know that the gun ammo can get pretty pricey. So you have to make sure all of your rounds count. It is important that you have some APCR rounds on the IS-6. If you use too many premium ammo rounds, you would pretty much lose all of the money that you would have had made from the IS-6 within the match. So it's important to know how to use every single ammo type and know where to aim to make all of your shots count. Let's get to the modules that you want to be putting onto this tank. The modules that you want to be putting onto the IS-6. The modules that I do have equipped just makes my repair speed even faster. Improve vents just to improve the overall tank crew and decrease my loading time as well. Large caliber tank gun rammer, I highly recommend it for heavies or any large tank gun in the game, especially when it comes to artillery. The module that would be useful to put on, it is Vertical Stabilizer Mark II, which just makes firing on the move more accurate, and also it improves your turret rotation speed by a little bit. With ammo rack, it is somewhat useful, but I wouldn't use it. Heavy spoiliner. It is useful, but I wouldn't really use it. But it is up to personal choice. I never had problems with fuel tank CO2. I never had fuel tank problems, so this is not needed. The enhanced torsion bar. It is not a bad idea, but I wouldn't use it. If you do use it, it will just simply improve the load capacity a little bit and make your suspension a little bit more durable. And it will just reduce hull damage from height falls as well. The enhanced gun length drive. It is also a viable module to use as well. It just decreases your aiming time by 10%. I never had engine problems. I do have engine problems from time to time, but the cyclone filter is not going to make any difference whatsoever. The coated optics and binocs, not needed, as this is a frontline water tank. So they would just be wasted as a module. Camonet, bad idea to use. I would always have a camouflage paint on every single tank if I can actually afford it. It is more useful when it comes to TDs, lights, and RDs just for their camouflage bonus. With the modules taken care of, the ammo setup, how I would actually make money with this tank, I would go with mostly AP and some APCR and MHE. The consumables that I would go with the tank. It is first aid kit, repair kit, and fire extinguisher. Some of the perks that would actually make the IS-6 even better would be 6th Sense, repairs, brother in arms, and any other perks that would actually help make the turret and the whole hold traverse even better. This tank it does carry 30 rounds of ammunition. I actually sometimes actually ran out of ammo in a match in this tank. With the actual garage review done with, let's get to the replays now. This replay, it will show you how good I actually do in my IS-6 just on a average by myself to train my heavy tank crew for the Soviet line, or when I am just making money to finance my progress to tier 8 to tier 10 tanks. This tank is pretty good once you have gotten used to it. The gun, it's nothing fantastic. At tier 9, you'll have problems penning a lot of vehicles if you do not know where to shoot at. Right here? Coming up here, I will just pause the video to show you a good place where the armor can actually soak up damage pretty easily. Right now I am just crossing the bridge and looking over to see what I can shoot at. Something just hit me there, but I don't know which machine did. You see the shell mark on the side skirt there. The shell actually went into the space armor and just disappeared. That's a good part of the tank that can actually absorb shells. Right now, we have the advantage over here. I just did a slightly low high wall on that IS there. The funny thing is that I actually have pretty much the same gun as the Russian IS tank Top Gun. This tortoise, I would never had a chance penetrating the side unless if I used premium ammo. If you do ever get yourself into a tier 9 match, it's always a good idea to have at least a couple of premium rounds just to use them if you have to. I should have used premium rounds on that tortoise there. Later up in this replay, I did a jerk moment for me. That was a nice high roll, but it coming up here. When this WT off KZ4 get to the low ground, me and this object 704, we actually dual ramp. It was slightly a bit of a dick move, but it's easier to kill them that way and not waste a shell. The ammo for the IS can be pretty expensive, and I don't want to sue that WT off PD4 for reimbursement for wasting a shell on it. Right now, I am doing pretty good. I have lost less than half of my hit points, and I have did around 1800 damage so far. I seen that my IS-3 brother is in trouble. I got to the high ground here and helped him with the T-54 here. I did 304 damage, and this is the where my usefulness to the team comes to an end. Everyone is now playing who can get the last kill game, which it can be a nuisance at times if you are trying to get the top gun. I tried aiming, but I couldn't get a clear shot on that AMX. Let's get to the next replay now. This replay, I am in a match with Deerman 2001 and Saint Gabriel. Both of them are from my clan. This replay will show you how good the IS-6 armor can be if you use it properly. Let me just speed up a bit. This replay is actually going to be short. Me and the Deerman in the KB5 were going to the castle hill. Saint Gabriel, he is going to cover our front or the right side. This replay, what I actually did, actually got us the win. And also proves how good the IS-6 can be if it's used properly. The E-25 there, I tried to get a shot on it, but I missed it. I did get two shots, and both of them were penetrating hits on this KB5 PL and the ARL-44. The ARL-44 have 5 hit points left after I gave him a nice punch in the face. A tank with 5% hit points can still be a threat to you. This the front armor plate here actually ricocheted and bounced a shell coming towards me. This is where things sort of begin to get bad for me. The E-25 and the AMX 1375 are trying to flank us here. I tried hitting the KB5, but missed. This AMX 1375, I do get a hit on him when he does go back onto the hill here. This E-25 here, it get a good shot in my engine deck. The E-25 put another shot to my rear, but it actually hit at a good spot to show you how you can actually use the back two angle plates just by the engine deck to the left and to the right. That E-25 round actually hit the most angled part of the plate to the left and ricocheted. This Pershing his round actually ricocheted from the rear of to the rear or the side of my turret. Right now, things are pretty bad for me. What I did here actually secured the win for us. That heavy 5 hit me. From this point forward, I am dead, but what I did here actually secured us the win. I kept the the enemy team busy while later in this while this replay and match at the time, the rest of the team actually took advantage of what I did and got us the win. Let's get to the next replay now. I am in a tier 8 match maximum in a platoon on Siegfried line with Mini Turk. Both of us are using our IS-6 right now. This replay will show you how good IS-6s are when they actually work together properly. If I remember for this replay, for the first part of it, I did not do much except for defending the F line here, just in case if I get flanked from the left or to the right. I am trying to tell this VK36 here to fall back. He have lost most of his hit points so far. Now he have only 156 hit points left. If he doesn't go anywhere quickly, he's going to get killed. I got hit by a T-32 shell. Don't know where. Right now I am just checking my surroundings, especially my rear, seeing to the front of me it is handled. With my checking the area done with, I had a shot fire on the low, and it missed his side, the turret and hull. I tried getting my next shot on the low, but it went into cover. This is where IS-6 can be quite good when they are working together properly. Me and Mini Turk decimated this T-32 with these. Mini Turk got in my way, so I couldn't have a clear shot on it. After getting rid of this KV-85 here, this is where me and Mini Turk separated until we got back together as a platoon later on in this replay. Seeing the zero line being secured, I got back here in the open here to see if I could fire on anything. The Firefly I could hit his turret, but most likely I would miss his turret. I gradually crawled out slowly to shoot at this T-34 heel. While loading, I got into cover. When the loading was done, I shot at the T-34 there, almost finishing him off. This is where I had a blonde moment. I did not see the T-34 to my side. Fortunately, I missed his shell, which he probably was aiming at me for. I got the last shell into the T-34 there. Now, with the town secure and everyone in the field area, everyone it is going to the red team location to get what kills they can get now. I just need another kill to get Brother in Arms now. I checked the ridge line here to see what I could shoot at. I actually spotted a Hummel here. Right now, we have our Brother in Arms secured as long as both of us survived this match. This is when me and Mini Turk actually got back together to push to the location where the AMX-12T is now. The AMX is behind the bunker up ahead of us. Mini Turk scaled him off, and I got a shot on him. Artie unfortunately hit Mini Turk, leaving him on low health. Between me and Mini Turk, we both got 7 kills we got 7 kills between each other. Also, me and Mini Turk, we got in the top 2 damage dealers on our team as well. Let's get back to the garage now. Let's do a brief recap on the IS-6. The IS-6 it is a pretty good tank to use once you have gotten used to playing the tank and learn how to deal with the pros and the cons of the tank. This tank it is a pretty good Soviet heavy tank crew member trainer to train your crew from the KV-1 up to the Tier 10. This tank is a pretty good money maker if you know what you're doing. I actually once made up to 160,000 credits, so people can actually make a lot of money in this tank if they know what they're doing. This tank it is a pretty good solo or even as a platoon tank. This tank actually was a great helping hand when I was researching and grinding my way from Tier 8 up to Tier 10 tanks. I highly recommend this tank to anyone that wants to have a good Tier 8 premium heavy tank to train their crew in it, and also to make money while they are grinding higher tiers out as well, or just to make money to buy higher tier tanks. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the IS-6 and how to use it. If you like my videos, do leave a comment. And also, if you do like my videos, do subscribe to my channel for new content. Have a good New Year's and good luck with your future endeavors in this year. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.